We're Rich and Chris, and today starts off with some slight housekeeping chores.
I'm checking the air in my stock Harley-Davidson shocks with 94,000 miles on them.
There's one thing we need to figure out.
What?
Stinky feet. It smells like a gym locker in here. There's lots to see and do on the Natchez Trace Parkway. They say this tobacco has to be hung and air-cooled for 4 to 6 weeks. And to get the feel for the original trace, you don't have to hike it. You can just ride your motorcycle on parts of it. Hope you don't mind dirt though. We think we're finally getting the hang of this thing called motorcycle camping.
So,
Look,
what did you find? You found it.
I found the map. We stopped at a visitor center, lost this, but check this out. This is what I like. Isn't that beautiful? Look
That's
at
pretty
that
cool.
parkway. And then look, the back side has got all the mile markers that you can stop at. And the ones that I have circled are all the ones that we need to stop at today.
Today. Okay.
Yeah. So we literally, you know, I've tried to hold myself in check and not circle everything because I could literally stop at every single store.
Well, if you look at it, it's like every half mile.
You get to the point where you're not even taking your helmet off. You just pull in, read the sign, pull out and go. But so here, okay, so let me show you. We're at Jeff Busby. Okay, and we want, I need to mark where we want to stop, but we do want to make it up to Tupelo and stop and say hi to Elvis Presley's birthplace.
Yep, and get some groceries.
And get some groceries. And then we're making it all the way up to Meriwether Lewis's campground tonight, which is the third and final free campground on the parkway. So that's our goal for tonight. So I don't know how many miles it is. This is 385, and right now we're at 193.
Okay, so do the math. A little under 200 miles.
Yeah.
And it's nice, the very end is before Nashville.
Oh, good.
And Max is over here. So
Okay.
that's good.
Okay. Yeah.
Getting on the bikes again. Everything's loaded up and ready to go.
Yeah. Time to leave.
I'm supposed to turn there. Well, we're going to take a tour through the... Oh, no, this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. Never mind.
That wasn't it.
Little on the warm side, but oh well. It was nice sleeping, though. 70 degrees is about perfect.
Oh, it was. It was beautiful sleeping.
Yeah.
All right, so we're on the road, and it is 8:45.
Wow.
Yeah.
A little later started than I thought, but we slept till 7.
Yeah. They're all in short sleeves, and we're like decked out for...
For a wreck.
Yeah, true.
Is that what we're decked out for?
Yeah.
We're decked out for sliding on asphalt.
I know.
I'll take that.
I know, but short sleeves sounds really good. It's going to sound really good here in another hour.
This jacket is all mesh, so it's not bad.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not stopped. If I'm stopped, oh my gosh.
Here is a portion of a nearly 200-year-old road. Crazy. Wow, this is really cool. So this portion of the old trace isn't as hollowed out. It's not as sunken, but it's still very, very visible. You can just see how many people have been through here and trampled it down. It's so cool. All right, back to the bikes. I have to laugh because this pit stop was not on my list of the ones that we were going to stop and do. Those are still coming. I just couldn't help myself. Richard is very, very fearful that we'll never get off the parkway. So, what did Hernando de Soto do?
He was here in the winter. Yeah. So he was exploring the southwestern United States. So he came across the Tom Bigby River just east of here, camped here for the winter, and then continued west after he had a little dispute with the Indians.
I'm just really, really surprised at how much I am enjoying this road. It is so peaceful and calming. You know, not a lot of traffic in most areas unless you get around a big city. I do have to mention that I feel like this parkway is best taken with destinations and stops along the way. If you're just going to get on it and you're just going to ride it, it's not that exciting of a road. You know, yes, it's peaceful, yes, it's calming, and can be quiet, but the scenery doesn't change up that much. But if you stop at some of these places and learn the history, that's what gives you a connection to this road and kind of grounds you to it.
Back onto the trace again.
Yes, okay, our next stop.
Next stop is what?
We're gonna do mile marker 251.9. We're gonna look at the Black Belt Overlook. And it's supposed to be what a prairie, a vast, you get a glimpse of what the vast prairie looked like out here.
Okay, on again.
What are you doing?
I'm checking the air in my stock Harley Davidson shocks with 94,000 miles on them.
Because you really would like to brag about what awesome new shocks you have.
Yes, I would really love to tell somebody really great things about a new shock.
Is it low?
When I'm this loaded, I run this right at 50 psi. I know some people say it's high, but when I had the bunkhouse, I would run it at 60.
I noticed on the map that we are really close to Tupelo. So we should stop into Tupelo.
Let me put a hat on.
We should stop into Tupelo. We should say hi to Elvis.
Say hi to Elvis's birthplace.
Yes. And then we need to stop at a grocery store and get something for dinner.
And breakfast.
And breakfast. Since we're traveling real light, we just kind of stop every day to pick up something to eat.
Yep.
And get gas, and then we can get back on the parkway.
Correct.
That's what we should do.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. Richie, I didn't do any research on Elvis and his birthplace, but you know.
I'm sure there's something there.
Yeah. Y'all know Elvis, right?
Everybody knows Elvis.
Hopefully.
It's the king.
It's the king, yeah.
The king.
My GPS is taking it's about a quarter of a mile up the road.
Okay. Never mind.
There's a brown sign up there.
Okay. We will follow your GPS. Elvis Presley Drive.
Museum Chapel Park.
For all three attractions, it's $20 per person, or if you're over 60, it's $15.
Okay.
So it'll cost us 35 bucks.
Because one of us is not over 60 yet.
One of us is not over 60. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go sneak a picture of his house, and we're gonna say
we're gonna be good.
We're gonna be good.
I mean, we love Elvis.
Oh man, I grew up with him. I love Elvis.
Love Elvis.
Yeah, but yeah, it's too hot to stay here long.
Some Caesar potato salad.
Okay.
Cheese. Some dessert.
Oh no.
Got you an apple pie and me a chocolate eclair. And then this was buy two get one free. So I got one free.
Oh my gosh.
And then chicken.
And then look at the chicken. Okay, so just left Tupelo.
Yep.
Saying hey to Elvis's birthplace. Got gas, got groceries. We're back on the Natchez Trace Parkway, and now we are looking for mile marker 269.4. There's supposed to be 13 unknown Confederate graves. So we're going to stop by and pay our respects. Okay, so we're going to go here to the gravesite of 13 unknown Confederate soldiers. Oh, it says the original grave markers may have bore their names, but they disappeared long ago. Their graves are here. The original markers are gone. These markers were put up in 1940. Oh.
So the penny signifies you were here to visit.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yeah. A dime means you knew the guy. And a quarter means you served with him.
Oh.
So there better not be any dimes or quarters on there.
No, they're all pennies.
Yeah, but that's the significance of it.
Oh. You know, whatever your feelings are about the Civil War.
These were brothers.
Yes.
A lot of brothers and
Yes.
cousins, and
Yes,
there was huge strife.
These were 3 young men who never made it home back to their mama, and who was left wondering where her boys went.
And coming from a mama.
Yes.
Where the dads are like, they probably fought a valiant battle.
No, I think that would be awful to not know what happened to your son. Okay, so we ate almost all of our chicken.
No, you did.
And
you ate half a chicken. Just to be clear. I did not. You did.
Okay, so I just ate half a chicken and an apple pie and some pasta, and now we are going to take a little siesta here before we get back on the bikes.
Now we're going to choose up sides and take a nap.
Yes. Yeah, I am fat and happy right now. But yeah, no need for dinner.
I would say she's just happy.
There is no reason for dinner tonight, which is kind of cool because we can just keep riding, and when we stop, we set up camp, and then we'll just chill and camp. So our next stop is mile marker 327. 327.3 Colbert Ferry. So the last sign that I saw back there said road closed 2 miles. Now that sign said detour in 1 mile.
Follow detour, road closed.
Oh. Huh.
295, so let's see how many miles it is.
Does it tell you?
Yeah, 295 to 320, so...
Wow.
Where do we need to go?
25 miles it's closed.
Yeah.
Huh. I'll have to look it up and see why it's closed. Back to civilization. Oh no.
This is still pretty country. This is still backcountry road.
Oh, Natchez Trace, I've missed you.
Colbert Ferry, 1 mile.
Oh. We get on it just in time to stop.
Charge Andrew Jackson $75,000 to ferry his Tennessee Army across the river.
I knew it. I thought I read that somewhere. $75,000, that's a lot of money back in the 1800s. Wow.
So he charged Andrew Jackson a bunch of money, and the army. So
Yeah.
he got a government contract. It wasn't like it was free work, you know. Yeah, so here's the Tennessee River.
Wow. That's a long ways across.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, look at that bridge.
I know. We're gonna go over that bridge.
I know. I need a picture of that.
This is the old trace.
Yeah, we're gonna go on this 2.5 mile ride. It's called the Old Trace. So I guess it's the original part of the trace that you can actually ride on. All right, good morning. We're getting ready to break camp. We're at the Meriwether Lewis campground, our last free camp site along the Natchez Trace Trail.
So you
Okay.
said turn the camera on. I have something to tell you.
Yes, I am so excited. For the first time in like forever, I did not overpack on this trip. We have not had to visit a post office to mail anything back. We have a checklist that I didn't check all the way. So the things that we forgot were we have a little cheese grater, a long cord, toothpicks, and a little thing of olive oil. If I had checked the list, we would have been
had it.
Perfect.
But we fixed it anyways. We went to Walmart
we had to go
and
to
got
a store.
It. Yeah.
So
and we got it. But it was easy stuff.
It's pay me now or pay me later, I guess what it is. So you can overpack and mail it back, or you can underpack and have to go to the store and buy it. Time to pack up. Richard's in the tent, putting everything together. We're going to wander over here and check out the grave site for Meriwether Lewis. We're getting near the end of the Natchez Trace, and I'm going to miss it. I really am. I really, really enjoyed this. I am shocked at how much I enjoyed riding on this trace. Yeah. Okay, let's get packed up. Let's get out of here. Okay, so I decided there's one thing we need to figure out.
What?
Stinky feet. It smells like a gym locker in here.
Yes, it could. I catch a whiff every once in a while.
Yeah, we need to figure out something to do, because these things are the culprit. Right there. Yeah. Guilty as charged.
Burial site of Meriwether Lewis. If you grew up in the United States, you grew up knowing about the famous Lewis and Clark expedition that Thomas Jefferson put together. He appointed his personal secretary, Meriwether Lewis, to go out in 1804 to chart the lands that they had just purchased. Unfortunately, in, October 11th, 1809, Meriwether Lewis was on his way to Washington, D.C. because some of the expedition funds that he spent, Congress wasn't approving them, and he was highly stressed out because he thought he was going to have to personally account for those funds.
And possibly go bankrupt.
And go bankrupt because of that. So he was on his way to Washington. He'd been appointed the governor of the Louisiana Territory, so he was kind of just starting to get exposed to the shadier sides of politics, I'll be nice. And so he came here and he camped overnight at Grinder's stand, and he stayed in a room Mrs. Grinder rented out to him, and his death really is a mystery. You know, there's so many accounts of it. Some accounts that I just read was that his servant robbed him, killed him, and then stole his horses and vanished. Another account I read was that he was robbed here at Grinder's stand and shot. Another account, but from Mrs. Grinder, is that he shot himself and then he asked for help. And the weird thing is she got scared and she didn't offer him any help, so she left him. And the next morning she sent her servants in to check on him, and he was like still alive. I mean, it's just nobody
Something really gruesome.
Yeah, nobody really knows. What we do know is what little we know about him is he did suffer from depression. He was highly stressed out by his governorship appointment. He was facing potential bankruptcy, and he was also getting a lot of pressure because he needed to publish all those journals that he wrote on the expedition. He just had a lot of personal things going on, so we'll never know. I think what the real unfortunate thing is, obviously, you know, he died way too young, but the fact that he died in an unmarked grave for years here. You know, now they have built a monument, they've recognized his achievements as what he did for the United States.
There's submarines that are named after him and everything. There is all kinds of stuff named after him.
Yeah. So Richard found a waterfall that we're going to stop at, actually.
Yeah.
We were just having the conversation. We didn't think there were any waterfalls out here, and they even have one that's marked. So let's go check it out. Pretty awesome looking. Oh, they got something in hanging here drying. Oh, it's tobacco. Oh my gosh. Check this tobacco out. So they say this tobacco has to be hung and air cooled for 4 to 6 weeks. So they'll hang it like this in these barns for it to dry, and then they can take it to market.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Oh yeah, smell it. Smell it.
Smells like fresh,
Wow.
fresh cigarettes.
There's so many places to stop on the Parkway. What's cool for me is I have such a deep interest in history. It's just what's cool is you drive by these old buildings and you look at them and you think, oh, I wonder what the history is. Well, the Natchez Trace is so cool because you don't have to do any research. You just have to pull in. They have signs and everything that'll tell you all about whatever old building they have along the way. This is what Richard and I were talking about. This house was built by the Gordon family in 1817. No air conditioning, no fans. Richard keeps saying they had fans, but they had no electricity. So we're trying to figure out how they stayed cool in that little hot box. So there's no thing that says Natchez Trace ends or starts right here?
Yeah, no.
That's what I'm looking for. We're gonna end our Natchez Trace Parkway adventure at a toilet.
At a toilet.
How exciting.
Yeah.
Oh,
There it is. Pay attention now, Richie.
yes, traffic, driveways,
Traffic, driveways, and
people,
big things.
yeah,
Yeah, it looks like there's a little city park thing right here.
okay. You come across loud and clear,
Yeah, yours
Yours is different. Motorcycle. Squirrel. All right.
All right, we'll see you at,
We'll see you at mile marker 449, something like that.
well, no, actually, we'll just see him right down the road at the burial site.
Oh, at the burial site.
And then he died. Thanks, Sharon.
And he died. Thanks, Mom.